General Secretary of the Tamil United Liberation Front, V. Ananda Sangari, has allegedly been verbally abused by MP Shiv Shakti Anandan.
At a media briefing convened in Vavuniya today, the TULF's Wani district leader, former parliamentarian Raja Kugneshwaran, made this statement.
A special discussion of the Tamil National Alliance was held yesterday in Vavuniya. Former parliamentarian Raja Kugneshwaran alleges that the TULF General Secretary V. Ananda Sangari had not been invited for these talks. He said that when Ananda Sangari had made inquiries, TNA parliamentarian Shiv Shakti Anandan had verbally abused him. This was a very important discussion. At this discussion, where several decisions were to be made, we went there with the intention that we too should participate. There were an exchange of words with Ananda Sangari as they believed that the activities of the TULF would interfere with their politics. At the beginning, it was just an argument. Then it aggravated. We made inquiries from TULF General Secretary V. Ananda Sangari regarding this matter. They are using the name of the TNA for their needs. They do not invite us for meetings. I too contested elections from the Tamil National Alliance. When party decisions are made, we too must be involved in the process. The discussions held yesterday were very important. We do not know why we were not invited. We have not done anything wrong. I do not wish to speak further about the incident involving Shiv Shakti Anandan. I went to his residence to ask him what would happen to the TNA if this continues. He blew this out of proportion. This is the lowest incident I have ever faced in my life. I have always worked with them in friendship, and we have sat down to tea together in the same spirit. But he has acted in a very disrespectful manner. We also made inquiries from MP Shiv Shakti Anandan regarding this matter. He came here and asked me why he was not invited. I told him that he needs to speak about this with TNA leader R. Sambandhan. I also clarified to him that I cannot be held responsible for this. At this instance, Ananda Sangari mentioned the names of the TNA leader and certain parliamentarians and spoke very forcefully. Then I told him that he was a senior politician and that he should behave in a way that we can follow him. But he did not take any notice. There is no truth in the allegations that he has made, and I categorically reject it.
A youth collective for the protection of the United National Party convened a media briefing in Makola Kiribatgura today.
This is a leadership council which makes various decisions but has no power. This party has no future with Ranil Wickremesinghe. The people ask for a leader who is attractive to the people and who can forge ahead. He is none other than Sajith Premadasa. An order was issued that severe disciplinary action would be taken if votes were cast against budgets. But even with that order, the budgets of Pradeshi Sabhas continue to be defeated. What does this show? They are the signs of the government's demise. The leader of the Janaseta Peramuna or People's Welfare Front, Venerable Battara Mulle Silaratana Thera, visited the chief prelates this morning. Venerable Battara Mulle Silaratana Thera first called on the chief prelate of the Askari chapter of the Siam sect, the Most Venerable Udugama Sri Buddharakita Thera. Subsequently, he called on the chief prelate of the Malwata chapter of the Siam sect, the Most Venerable Tibbutawave Sri Sumangala Thera. During the meetings, he had briefed the two chief prelates on a recent statement said to have been made by the Prime Minister to a newspaper. We condemn the statement made by the Prime Minister, who is also incidentally the Minister of Buddha Sasana.
අතීතයේ පවා මේ රට ආරක්ෂා කරන මහා සංඝරත්නයේ චීවරධාරින්ද අද කුඩුගේ.
Why is it that your coordinating secretary issued a letter recommending the clearance of a stock of heroin? Is it wrong for us to speak about this? Is it wrong for us to explain this to the public?
අදලා දුන්නකයි වරද්දක්ද?
A softball cricket tournament was held at the sports grounds of Vijaya Ghosha Vidyalaya in Malapala today, parallel to the festival carnival organized by the Malapala Sports Club in Kottava.
The softball cricket tournament was held under the auspices of S.M. Marika, director at MTV and NBC networks. The raffle draw organized to raise funds for the Malapala Sports Club was also held today.
සිරස FM ක්‍රිකට් ශූරතාවේ අනුශූරතාවේ දිනාගත් ඩිල්කෝ ක්‍රීඩා සමාජයට ක්‍රීඩා කළ
Several members of the Dilko Sports Club who were runners-up in the Sirasa FM cricket tournament are representing the sports club today. The discipline and skill that they have displayed is an example and a great strength for the youth. The Malapalla Sports Club has reaffirmed today the energy and activeness of the youth.
ඒක මාලපල්ල ක්‍රීඩා සමාජය අද නැවත වතාවක් ඔප්පු කරලා තියෙනවා.
In business news tonight, a decline in the growth rate of tourist arrivals in Sri Lanka last month in comparison to previous months has been reported.
Yes, data released by the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority shows that a total of 112,213 tourists visited Sri Lanka in the month of November.
The period from August to October showed an increase of 26% in tourist arrivals in comparison with the same time frame last year. However, in November, the growth rate in tourist arrivals was only 2.8%. A total of 1,016,228 tourists have visited Sri Lanka from January to the end of November this year, an increase of 15% year-on-year. The authorities are targeting 1.2 million tourist arrival by the end of this year. While this would be an increase of 20% year-on-year, in order to reach this target, Sri Lanka would have to receive 183,772 tourists this month alone.
Family Fiesta 2013, organized by Newsfirst together with Youth First and Kids First, was held at the Kandy City Centre today.
A record number of people flocked to the Kandy City Centre to join the Family Fiesta, which commenced at 9 this morning. Children were treated to fun activities such as art competitions, stories by Uncle Upul and magic show at Family Fiesta 2013. Music sensations Sarit and Surit, who won the Poddanta Puluwan program on Sirasa TV, entertained the crowd. Popular singer Chinti also featured at Family Fiesta 2013.
Well, the fourth ODI between Sri Lanka and Pakistan is currently underway at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi, with Sri Lanka posting a total of 225 runs all out in 48.5 overs. Pakistan leads the series 2-1. Now, winning the toss and electing to bat first, the Lankans got off to a poor start when they lost their top three batsmen for just 36 runs. However, an 89-run partnership between Kumar Sangakkara and debutant Ashan Priyanjan made it seem like Sri Lanka was heading towards a steady target before Sangakkara was run out for 51 runs. Ashan Priyanjan continued with his impressive batting before his stumps were disturbed by Junaid Khan for 74 runs. From this point onwards, Sri Lanka began to lose wickets at regular intervals and was subsequently bowled out in the 49th over for 225 runs. Skipper Angelo Matthews scored 38, while Kitruan Vithanage, also a debutant, provided a cameo with 27 runs. Saida Jamal did most of the damage for the Pakistanis, picking up 4 wickets for 39 runs, while Junaid Khan ended with figures of 3 for 42. Well, batting in reply, Pakistan are currently 58 for 1 in 10.4 overs.
Shots. Oh, gone. Wow. Who can be caught? Well, they've gone for the appeal and given by the umpires.
Well, England cricket captain Alistair Cook believes the fourth Ashes test starting in Melbourne tomorrow is the perfect stage for his battered side to salvage some pride and work towards ending what has been a miserable series on a high. Cook's men arrived as favourites to retain the Ashes with a fourth successive series win over hosts Australia, but have already relinquished the urn and were rocked further with the shock retirement of spearhead spinner Graham Swan on Sunday.
The England captain, who celebrated his 29th birthday today, will be forced to reshuffle his bowling attack following Swan's departure, but was keen to look for positives ahead of tomorrow's match after a woeful tour to date.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week, obviously, with losing the Ashes and with Swanee going as well. It's obviously been a different week. I think you only have to look out there to know the approach of the guys. Clearly when you lose games of cricket, naturally your confidence does slip. But I thought the way the guys are stuck together in the dressing room, I think it's been excellent.
Monty Panesar is expected to come in for Swan, while pace bowlers Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad are battling against a loss of form and a foot injury, respectively. Wicketkeeper Matt Pryor could also miss out due to a poor run of form with the bat and recent problems with the gloves. But Cook insists that whoever lines up for England in Melbourne will be united in their quest for redemption in the series.
We're desperate to turn it around, and you don't often get the chance to play a Boxing Day Test match at the MCG, which reportedly is going to be pretty much sold out for the first day, and I think that's an incredible opportunity we have as a players. We know we're up against it in terms of the last 3 results, but you've got to keep believing in yourselves if you want to turn it around, because no one else will keep believing you if you're playing badly, so it's got to come from us first.
Cook praised Swan's contribution to the England side over the past 5 years and was keen to emphasise the spinner's comments made in a news conference yesterday, accusing some international players of disappearing up their own backsides, were not aimed at any of the current touring squad.
A phone call to Swanee reassured me very quickly that it wasn't at all about anything about the England players. I haven't heard the quotes exactly. I've obviously seen what's been written, and whether it's come across badly in the exact words he's used in terms of how it's come across. He totally 100% reassures me and the whole England team is not about us. So to me that the matter's closed on that sense.
The 5th and final Ashes Test will be played in Sydney starting on the 3rd of January.
In entertainment first tonight, Tanha Rathiranga between yesterday and tomorrow. The debut film by Nirlendra Deshapriya has been selected for the NetPAC competition at the 6th Bengaluru International Film Festival. NetPAC, or the Network for the Promotion of Asian Cinema, is a worldwide organization of 29 member countries. It was created as a result of a conference on Asian cinema in New Delhi in 1990 with the support of UNESCO.
The Sinhala language film Tanha Rathiranga, directed by Nirlendra Deshapriya, is among the 11 nominees for the NetPAC competition at the 6th Bengaluru International Film Festival. Between yesterday and tomorrow is a road movie about a country where a 30-year-old civil conflict has brutalized the psychology of its people, making it utterly impossible to settle with peace. 3 friends, deeply connected despite their differences and inner conflicts, realize their dream of visiting a land that was long restricted to be explored. During this journey of hope, far too soon they discover deeply hidden within its soil a weapon that challenges them to return and dig into buried insanities, only to ignite yet another war with their own people. Will they achieve their quest, or will they be reminded of the inevitable blood, sweat and tears that every war has to pay? 11 countries including India, Bangladesh, Tajikistan, Indonesia, Mongolia will compete at this competition. Being nominated for an award at a film festival and receiving an award is a good sign for the film industry. As a Sri Lankan filmmaker, my wish is to have this film aired in Sri Lanka. Preparations are underway for this purpose. The film is among the Winter 2013 production grant recipients of the Global Film Initiative and was also featured at the Chicago South Asia Film Festival 2013 and at the 18th International Film Festival in Kerala. Together with them in the discovery of a new world, of new adventures, of a new soul. Everything seen with the splendor of a land, our land, that still remains unknown even to us. And in the end, the beginning and another journey.
Well, with that we conclude Primetime News for today. Thank you very much for joining us. Have yourself a great Christmas evening. Good night.
News First at 9.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.